Nottingham Forest have lost to Fulham by 2-0. But was that a performance that we should be happy about or not? We brought in the big guns. This is now a grumpy old red stream. Welcome to Forest Fan TV. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are. Whatever time of day you're watching this, hope you're as good as you can be. And welcome to Grumpy Old Reds. I had to get the grumpy ones out. We had to do it. This is no party stream, guys. This is no party stream. How you two doing?
Yeah, good man. Good to be on with you guys as always. How you doing?
And the fact you're in a t-shirt just pisses me off. More, mate. It really
it's the
does.
FFTV t-shirt, isn't it? Yeah.
At least it's the FFTV one. Guys in the chat, how are you guys doing? Let's say hello. Stan in the house. Nathan even saying, first of all, if anyone was going to write history for two defenders to get injured at the same time in the first 5 minutes, it would be us. I mean, yeah, what the hell?
More history for our club.
We'll get to that in a second. Pat saying, so Cooper actually left Danilo out of the squad. Yeah, he wasn't injured. It's crazy. Cooper loves Colback, hence Danilo out, says Tommy. The more issues more issues in our squad than the defeat today. We'll get into all of it today. Higby, how are you? But why Danilo on such a long contract, not using him? There's a lot of talk about Danilo here. Stoney, good to see you. Chris says we were going to get tonked anyway. David's in here as well. People look at positives from a game instead of it as a whole. We'll try and do that as well. It's still a little raw. Chris saying today more than ever the team didn't look happy. Something is wrong in the background. Maybe a bit of a big jump. Evening, gentlemen, and Wolverine says, Mark, good to see you, Marky. Hope you're well. GG says, confused the reason why Danilo. There's a lot of Danilo questions. Sarah, good to see you. Derby are massive, apparently. Didn't they lose today?
I didn't finish a sentence. Massive bell ends, yeah.
Evening, Andy. Jotinho, evening. Stoney's in here. Richard's in here. Vikings in here. 9K as well. Finally, the troll is gone. Yeah, we are nicely over 9K. Thank you all. Yep. So I guess that's the only silver lining from today. We're nearly at 9,100 already. It's been absolutely crazy. But thank you all for your support. And Owen says, I'm surprised about Danilo because the two in the midfield in the 4-2-3-1 doesn't work for us at this level. We're overrun in the midfield. And then Ethan saying, love you guys. Love you too, Ethan. All right, keep the comments coming in. We're going to open a Q&A as well because I'm interested in your questions. Get your questions in. Let's start with Mr. T-shirt. And how do you feel that game went, mate? What was wrong with it? I'm just going to move you up slightly as well.
Yeah, well, I'm disappointed in the result. Disappointed in...
Sorry, hold on, Ant. I pressed the wrong button. Go on. Sorry. Carry on. Go on, Ant.
Hello.
Hi, sorry.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in the result, obviously. You done?
Yeah, go on.
I'm a go. Yeah. I'm a go.
Yes, talk.
I'm disappointed in the result, obviously. Disappointed in the performance. But the thing I'm most disappointed about is that I'm not that surprised. That's what's kind of worrying about it. Our away record and performances have not been encouraging, have they? And today it was pretty same old, really. I thought it was to be honest, company if you like. But I thought it was a pretty even game. I don't think Fulham.
Can you put your mic a little closer? And
yeah,
Mike, thank you.
What? Sorry. Yeah, I didn't even think Fulham were that good. That's very disappointing. You know, I was expecting us to lose today. I predicted that we'd lose today, apart from the silly one, or not. But that's because I thought they were good.
Does he sound underwater to you?
Yeah, you do, mate. You kind of like blah 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 What's going on?
I don't.
All right, now you sound normal.
That's a bit clearer, yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
that's
it
better.
is.
Yeah. Perhaps I've got a wobbly, watery underwater voice. I
I
don't know.
don't want to know about your water problems, mate.
Go on and carry on. Fulham were crap. I agree.
Yeah. That's what kind of upset me. That if we'd have lost today and they'd have been brilliant, fair dues. But they weren't, were they? There was lots of space there. They weren't getting stuck into us. There was no real reason for us to put on a poor performance, and we did. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling.
I'm going to Ez. You still sound underwater.
You do, mate.
Maybe it's my voice. I don't know. What can I do?
Ez, Will.i.am in his Zimmer frame just destroyed us, mate.
I
He was
know.
man of the match by a mile for me. Why? What is going on here, man? One person got that much time on the ball. It was just disgusting to see, man. Why?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a great performance from him, and also Tim Ream as well. Bloody hell!
Yeah.
We couldn't get anywhere near him. We couldn't
Yeah.
get anywhere near him. He looked brilliant today. To be fair to him, but we looked really disjointed. It looked like going back to one of those performances when the players all first came in and nobody knew what they were doing, and it felt like that today. Obviously, that massive blow in the first 5 minutes to lose both your centre halves in one challenge or in one period of play was unbelievable. Cooper said he'd never seen anything like it. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. I'm sure Forrest Dant in all his years probably hasn't seen anything like that either. So that was just
No, I haven't.
just an amazing occurrence, and that really set us back that first half. It took a while, but I was really impressed with Felipe when he came on.
He
I
was
wasn't so
really good.
impressed with his partner, but I was impressed with Felipe, and it's a shame that he had to come on in those circumstances. But he was very good.
Do you feel like, is he there?
I think he's
And-
there and
Screw him. I'm going to ask you, do you feel like, you know how I've been moaning and whining about the performances? All right, is he back? Are you underwater or are you back above sea level?
I don't know. Does that
you're
sound
above
any
sea
better?
level. You're above sea level,
Okay.
yeah. Do you feel, I've been moaning about performances and loads of people in the chat have been saying, who cares, we're getting the points, we're getting the results, yeah? Did you feel this one was coming, man? Because the performances, although we've been scraping the wins and stuff, right? The performances haven't been great, and you kind of felt that this was on the cards if we came across a team that could potentially finish. I mean, that goal was stupidly top corner. I can't believe he flushed it in on his left foot. But like, where was the fight, man? It was the fight that was missing for me. There was like no one even crunching someone in or apart from Aurier to lead to the goal for their free kick. But it just wasn't fight, man, and it's just pissing me off. Every away game is like this.
yeah.
My personal opinion.
Go on.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry. No, go on.
I got an it's aimed at you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. My personal opinion is, honestly, I don't think we ought to. It's so easy. It's such a cliche to say they aren't bothered. I've seen it loads of times. I mean, I know you don't like me referencing Arsenal, but last week against Everton, it's because they weren't.
How
up
long
for
did it take?
Yeah, I know. Of course, yeah, I know, but it's there, isn't it? But they are up for it. They're professional footballers. Sometimes they just don't play very well, and it's. I think it's a bit of a cop out to say they're not up for it. Personally, I think that's almost like letting them get away with it. No, it's far more serious than that. You know what I mean? I think we've definitely got a psychological barrier when we play away. Absolutely, because those Forest fans today were magnificent, and yet they still couldn't perform for them. You take those, excuse me. You take those exact same players, put them on our pitch, and you look at the difference, and that worries me. Why are they like that?
Yeah.
Why do they not perform away? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Look, it's not easy to win in the Premier League away from home. Let's get that established. You look at all the teams, even the top ones, they struggle
We know
away from
that.
home.
We know that.
Yeah.
But
It
it is
easy.
easy to put a shift in.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is, but the difference between our away form and our home form is ridiculous. I'm sorry, but I don't know what we can do. I really don't. They've got to perform. Sorry to not be, any more incisive than that, but it's baffling me.
It's fine.
Awful away
It's
from
fine.
home. I mean,
Three
three goals all season. 3 goals all season away from home. Not right.
It's not right. Your camera's lagging now as well. I don't know what's going on. But go on, Ez, you're going to say something.
No, I was just going to say I totally agree. It's hard to put your finger on it because it is such a contrast from our home form to our away form. So I can't put my finger on why that would be. There is a psychological block or something in there. It's not the way we're playing. It's not the way we're being set up. Today was a little different. I think we saw the 4-2-3-1 for a spell. I'm not sure it worked, but it was one of those games where it seemed like we were trying things out. And you could see it on the pitch that we looked like we were trying things out, but we didn't know really what we were doing. Players really didn't know where they needed to be. There was still negativity coming out from the back until he made some changes in the second half. But we had a similar performance in the first half against Leeds last week, and we got away with it. We actually came out of that first half a goal up when we actually could have easily been 2 or 3 down. And today they took their chances. Well, even then they didn't take their chances. Really, they should have been a couple of goals up at half time easily.
It was saving us loads of times, wasn't it? It was like crazy how many times they hit Wood on that. I mean, I can't really use the word Wood, but we'll get on to Wood as well. I want to bring in some of these questions that the guys are putting, and Danilo is high on the topic of agenda from the guys. James has put in here: should Danilo have started, be benched, or been left out? What do you think, is? Because Danilo wasn't great against Leeds. He was subbed off at half time. But a lot of people are saying, and guys in the chat, get your answers in for that. Start benched or left out. Put one of those up. We'll do a poll, I guess, in a minute. But go on, Ez. What do you think about this Danilo scenario?
Yeah, I think the guys are going to have to be patient with Danilo. We've got him, somebody mentioned, we've got him for 6 years. Yeah, we've got him for 6 years. We shouldn't be trying to get him in every game right now, and Cooper knows that, and Cooper even alluded to the fact that he's got more minutes than he had expected to have given him by now, and I agree. I didn't expect him to get as many minutes or playing pretty much every game up until today, but since he's been in. So I think we've got to be patient with him. He is the answer long term, he's not the answer short term, and I think there's too many people putting too much pressure on him already. And I don't think Cooper wants that for him. I think he's trying to kind of usher him out of the limelight a little bit, and that's why he left him out of the playing squad today. But he travelled with him. I saw him on the bench, so he was with the squad today, but he wasn't part of the playing squad. But I think we just got to be patient with him, and I don't think he would have been the answer today anyway. I think there's too many other issues to think that one person coming in would have made the difference.
Where do you think we lost it? Where do you think the game was won and lost today?
I think in that first half, really, because psychologically we couldn't get out of our half. We couldn't string passes together. It was another really disjointed performance. There's a couple of players who we expect a lot more from that I was disappointed with today. I think Morgan Gibbs-White had his worst game so far for Forest. Certainly in the last 8 to 10 games, that was his worst game. And it shows.
Is he fully fit? Has he been rushed back?
Possibly, but at the same time, he's one of those players that Cooper will play when he can. I think he'll play him through a slight knocks because he is a game changer, but today he wasn't. But he's not the only one. Disappointed with Scarpa's performance today as well. Don't think he was played in his right position, and he didn't really have any influence on the game. And that's when I saw Scarpa on the team sheet, that made me think. I spoke to you before the game during the watch along, but I actually thought, okay, that means I'm hopeful that we'll get a goal today. Now he's in, but he really didn't have any influence on the game. But I say there's a lot of poor performances, a lot of below par performances, and it showed today. It really did show. It looked like we didn't play together.
And I just want to bring you in on that question because we've got a question in here from David saying, should John Joe start against City and bench Scarpa? Is that a bit extreme now, or what do you think of the whole Scarpa John Joe story? Guys in the chat, what do you think?
I agree with starting John Joe. I mean, I thought he was a shining light. He looked good. I mean, to me anyway, he looked really good when he came on. You could see Premier League player. Premier League player.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
But I wouldn't drop Scarpa for him. Don't ask me to say who I would drop, because I like to have 12 on the pitch.
I'm actually getting to the stage where I would drop either Mangala or Freuler.
I was about to say.
I'm sorry, but Freuler is ghosting for me. He really is. I get what he does, but we just don't have a midfield that's progressing the ball forward. It doesn't matter if it's 2, 3, or 10.
Nobody can accuse of being Freuler haters. We back Freuler, when everybody else
From when we signed him.
What's he do? Yeah. But I'm at the stage now, and Mangala as well. Guys, is he not fit? He can't do more than 60 minutes.
He can't be. He's not the player we saw at the start of the season or in the Spurs Cup match.
And he keeps giving the ball away as well. He wins it brilliantly, turns away, and then gives it away. You can't be doing that in the Premier League. Yeah. So, to be honest, either of those two, I would drop either of those two for Shelby. I wouldn't mind which one it was.
Well. Yeah, I think you could. And that's a problem because I kept an eye on Freuler today and doesn't really offer enough movement for me. When he does get the ball, it's literally a straight pass back to the player, but not actually creating any space by doing that, because then he stood where he is. I saw a difference when Shelby came on. He went a little bit deeper when he needed to get the ball off for centre-backs and did something with it, and that's the kind of player we are desperately missing, because I
think he could be vital for us going forward.
I think so. He played 3 or 4 passes and they were all spot on. All spot on. Yeah.
Like I say, he looked like a Premier League player, didn't he?
100%.
He didn't look like somebody like Freuler or Mangala who might take time to settle in or any of that. He just looked like a Premier League player, And you see the difference. You see the difference.
Yeah, 100%. And it's not working. I mean, I don't know if you want to focus on specific players, but again, Chris Wood, what did he offer? What did Chris Wood offer again today? Somebody said this when I think it might have been Spacebar actually said it, or another Newcastle United fan, but said he's actually not a very good hold-up merchant, and he isn't. He can't hold the ball.
That's what disappointed me as. I thought the least he would be able to do is use his physicality and hold the ball up and lay it off. He's not doing that.
Yeah.
If he's not doing that, what is he offering you?
Why is it? Yeah, exactly.
He's got no pace, man. No pace. I reckon Cook could outrun him, man. He's just. I don't get.
I don't think you're wrong. Actually, you're probably right.
And he's got a miserable face as well. He doesn't look like he's enjoying his football at all.
He just looks like when he gets subbed off, he looks pissed off. Yeah, that's the most passion you see from him during the game. Same with the Leeds match. Yeah, he just looks pissed off that he's being subbed off. Is he thinking, why am I being subbed off? Because I've had such a cracking game. Is he actually thinking that in his mind? Or is he annoyed at how crap he's played? I don't know which one it is. I really hope it's the second one.
He had one cross from Jono, which was actually a great interception or touch from the defender to get it away from him. But that was pretty much the only time I saw him in the box, and that was the only real delivery he got. So there's my sympathy for him, but he's not really getting any balls into the box. Hope to see Scarpa whip a few in. I didn't see Scarpa whip any crosses in today. And like I say, apart from that one from Jono, I didn't see any real chances created for Wood, but so I can
was he even in the right position? Should I tell you this? I'll tell you this. I've looked at the average player positions, right? He was playing deeper than Morgan Gibbs-White. Morgan Gibbs-White was our furthest player forward. And I don't understand it. And this was the same as the Leeds match. His average position was deeper than Morgan Gibbs-White. So are they trying to play the long ball into him to flick on? Is that the plan here?
Yeah,
that's what the plan is, but it's not working. Go on.
Flick on to whom though? I mean, who's flicking?
To Gibbs-White, because Gibbs-White's beyond him. But I didn't notice him get one flick on. He got his head to
bring Grant Holt out of retirement. At least he flicked the ball on. Bloody hell, man! If that's gonna be our play, then it's not gonna work. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not working.
The attack today was put. I mean, I know people, and I understand 100%. People look at the midfield because we all know that's where games are won and lost. But the attack today was toothless, wasn't it? I mean, it was toothless.
Yeah.
They got themselves into positions where they could have broken the lines and they could have got something, but they didn't do it. It was just poor.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I'm just so annoyed at it all. It's the midfield battle was lost. Go on.
Sorry, mate.
No,
No,
go on.
sorry. Can I just touch on the Danilo thing?
Yeah.
Right. I'm a massive Danilo fan, right? Massive Danilo fan. But I can understand why he was left out of the team. Maybe not the squad, but the team. Because if that had been a youngster coming through or something, and he had a game like he had against Leeds, you'd never want to see him again. So I can understand why a manager would think, I can't trust him in this game. We're going to need to perhaps slow down a little bit, before we get too excited. Because, as I say, he was so poor against Leeds. Would you actually pick a player that played that badly? I don't think you would.
You did. You put him in your predicted lineup, mate.
Yeah, because I love him. But that doesn't mean I'm right.
True. I would look. You got to make the call. Like for me, there's this clear problem with Mangala, be it fitness or his digression. You can't.
Yeah.
Why are you putting a player? I would get it if you were putting a player on who can only play for 60 minutes. If he's going to run the midfield for 60 minutes. But I wasn't even seeing that today. And this has been a constant theme since he's come back after the World Cup. That I think there's only one game he's got to the 90th minute. The rest he's been pulled off 60th minute. Today he was pulled off a bit earlier. If he's not going to give you 60 amazing minutes, then surely you have to look at someone else. I don't understand the logic behind that. I don't know if you lot agree or disagree, but...
You know what? You won't like this. You know what I'm going to say now because I've said that. I would rather have had Colback in there today.
I would have rather breaking news. I would have rather played Colback today than have to waste a sub every time it's at the 60th minute.
And he would have got stuck in. Do you know what I mean? He's not,
I don't go that far.
You can't question with Colback, and that's his like passion and determination. He would have got stuck in. He might have got the odd card.
Listen. The point is, putting Colback in isn't going to change the game. Yeah, it's not going to give us back control of the midfield. Colback's always going to probably sit deeper. If anything, we'd end up playing deeper. The problem for me right now is we're not progressing the ball in the midfield. We're not creating overlaps.
Job, is it? That's not Colback's job. His job is to break the play up and give it to somebody that can do it. You're right, yeah.
Yeah, but that's my point. If you're going to put Colback in for Mangala, you're not putting in someone else who's going to, can win the ball and drive it forward. To be honest, Danilo's probably the best one at doing that out of what we've got, yeah? Yes, he had a shocker against Leeds, but I wouldn't have dropped him completely out the squad. That's a step too far in my thought process. But you can't have Freuler who ghosts in front of the defensive line. You can't have Mangala who can't shoot. Yeah, he doesn't get into the attacking third. His best play is in the middle of the park, but he can't pass at the moment. Yeah, and who was the third one in there? I can't even remember now. There wasn't a third. There was those two. Yeah. The
your
front
4-2-3-1 that's fucking done it, mate.
Well, it's the 4-2-3-1 would work if you can have two players in behind who are going to control the game. And at the moment, we haven't got those.
If you haven't got them, you can't do it.
Well, I'm hoping Shelvey is now the answer. I'm hoping Shelvey can control it there, and maybe you put Danilo next to him. Shelvey and Danilo in that too.
That's what I do.
Yeah. And I'm ranting a little, but I'm just going to add this, yeah? Fulham played a 4-2-3-1. How is it that their two could control the midfield over ours? So this whole getting outnumbered and outbattled in the midfield, it should, if anything, been cancelled out by each other. The formations were exactly the same. It's just they played it better than we did, and we had two ghosts in there in Freuler and Mangala who couldn't control it. There, I'll shut up. Over to you guys.
And they had a player called Harrison Reed who was everywhere. And he's not even one of their big players. Paulinho is fantastic. Rest of him, but Harrison Reed was everywhere. He's the one who secretly keeps them ticking over. I really watched him today, and he was. I've got to say, he was fantastic. He was one of my man of the match. He was probably my man of the match. To be fair,
that's a really good point there. And what it brings up in my mind is that we shouldn't downplay how good Fulham have been this season. They've been a bloody good side. It's like. It's like Brentford went to Arsenal today and got a 1-1 draw.
Oh my
Everybody's
God.
up in arms about. No, I'm just drawing a parallel. Everybody's up in arms about it. Brentford are a fucking good side. I think they're top of the form league since the World Cup. But because it's Brentford, because it's Fulham, because it's Brighton, people downplay how good they actually are as a football team. And that's something we're all guilty of, Oh, it's only Fulham.
But Brentford were one of the worst teams we saw play at the City Ground. I'm sorry, they were terrible when we watched them. We destroyed them in the first half and we couldn't finish the game. Obviously, we had Cook and McKenna there as the slow coaches.
Yeah.
On the day, anyone can beat anyone. But but I just don't feel at the moment like Forest are going to put a performance in away from home that's going to suddenly, pull up trees and we're going to see that happen. You're there in hope rather than expectation.
But I genuinely think the pressure's off, and that's why I was relaxed going into the game, because I think the pressure's off a little bit. I think we only need like 3 or 4 points away from home for the rest of the season, and we can get the rest at home to just
not
for safety.
Not if you want Europe.
No, exactly. I'm saying that's what I said. Just for safety. If you want more than that, then you're gonna need more from away from home. But our away form has been absolutely shocking, and I can't put my finger on why that is, and I don't think we will, and I don't think Cooper knows really why. But what we saw today was players being tested out in positions that probably didn't work. The formation was what we've been asking for, but I don't think the players worked. I would love to see that too, being Shelvey and somebody with energy around him, and that would be Danilo for me. But today, starting with Danilo or even having Yates in there would have made the difference, I don't think it would have.
I agree. There's been a lot of comments in the chat here about we're missing Yates, yeah? I like Yates and he'll be good in that battle. But the problem is it Yates? Is it Danilo? Is it whatever? It's the transition from midfield to attack. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
So slow. And when it does happen, it's so laboured. How many times do we have to pass between the centre-backs, ping-pong it before we have to then eventually just boot it forward? There's no movement. It was a very packed midfield, but then you've got to be more assertive going forward with your longer balls. Not just punt it for the sake of punting because you've got no more options. You've ping-ponged it 4 times and now you've seen no movement, so you've launched it. That's as readable as an MMA fighter when they keep doing the same move. So eventually you counteract it, And that's what we were doing. We were punch drunk today, and it looked really poor in that first half. And the fact that we didn't go in worse than 1-0 down was one world-class save from Navas again, and they hit the woodwork a couple of times. So that's what stopped it being any worse than one at half time. But we were lucky again.
Exactly. I just want to get into some more of the questions. Keep them coming in the Q&A, guys. Wake Up's got one here. He says, why is Cooper so negative and we keep seeing these same shocking performances like it's the norm? And do you agree Cooper's got a negative mindset when it comes to setting up, especially away from home?
No, I don't think it's a particularly negative outlook. Most teams that go away from home tend to sit back. I don't think it's anything particularly unusual.
Okay, screw the away line. Negative mindset, home or away?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think we're negative at home?
No, not really.
30% possession, low block football, averaging 9 players in our own half.
I don't like it because I like to be a possession-based football club, but at the moment, maybe we're not good enough to be a possession-based football club or football team rather. I don't think it's a negativity thing. I think it's a case of you've got what you've got and you can do with what you can do with. We all, look at us at the beginning of the season. We tried to play expansive football and fucking hammered week in, week out. Yeah. Look at our minus 20 bloody goal difference. That's why we've got a minus 20 goal difference.
Yeah.
You've got to be realistic. We've just come into this league. We've got 20, 30 new players or whatever. You've got to be realistic.
Yeah.
Got to grind out results sometimes. It's not nice. I hate it. But, my feelings on that kind of football.
What are your thoughts? Is this football too negative?
From the outsider's point of view, looking at it, you'd think that. I don't think a single team would say that we're an exciting team to watch. A single other fan base would say we're exciting to watch. And if we're honest, we got to say the same, haven't we? But to say it's negative, no, I don't think. I think he plays horses for courses, and I think so far in this calendar year, apart from today, it's worked. and it's got us in a position where we're not really. Well, we're hoping we're not looking behind us and we're starting looking forward. But today was a blow. It broke out unbeaten run. It made it look. We got punished for stuff that we've been getting away with for a few games. So it made it look worse today.
Another world-class goal, by the way.
Yeah, there was, absolutely.
You say that, but 3 players stood there and didn't close him down.
Yeah,
Scarpa, Lodi, Mangala.
Lodi-
No. Lodi was fooled by him. Willian is a Brazilian international world-class player, right?
So is Lodi.
He tricked him. He tricked him. And
Yeah,
If you
but-
get Lodi, I mean, he shouldn't have slid on his ass. No, I'm sorry, he shouldn't have slid on his ass.
It was not the fact he stood there and didn't close him down. It was the fact he went to close him down and got tricked. And then put it off. Different to not closing down.
No, he got
Yeah, but
sold. And
it was still
okay,
poor,
forget
yeah.
Lodi. The other 3, I can't remember who it was. It was Scarpa, Mangala, and someone else. They all just, no one pressed to close the shot, man. There was 5
Mangala ducked.
When you've
Mangala
got
took that away.
a defender, when you've got a defender like Lodi who goes in to get the ball and he gets tricked, you don't expect like another player to be there and another player to be there.
Yes,
'Cause
you
they're
do.
Lodi to get the ball. You've got to defend, man. You've got to defend.
You got to
defend your-
anticipate the situation.
There are other players in the box, you know. They can't all go to one player. Oh, shit,
Well,
he's passed
they
it.
tried to for the second goal. They all tried to for the second goal because they bloody left.
Yeah, exactly.
Face on his
My
own on
point
the other
exactly. Proves my point. Thank you.
side. But some of the movement from the lack of movement from the guys behind Lodi was shocking. If you look back on it from the reverse
There's other players
angle,
in the fucking box, man. There's other players.
Look
in the
next
box.
to them. There
Can't
was
all
3
go
of
to
them
one
staring.
player like a bunch of bloody idiots. If three of them, you're saying 3 of them should have all gone to
Is that
Willian.
what I said? Is that what I said? I
that's
said there was
exactly
3
what you
players.
said.
No, it's not. I said there was 3
Exactly what
players
you
there
said.
and none of them closed him down. I didn't say all
And
3
Lodi
should have
closed him
closed.
down. Lodi closed him down. He got done by a piece of skill.
yeah,
And then
Yeah.
what happened? What happened when
But
he
then
cut
you
in?
want all of a sudden to 2 guys to leave their players that they're marking and suddenly appear next to Willian.
no.
You watch football.
Watch the goal back from the reverse angle.
You seen the
And
goal
watch-
backhand?
Watch it go back from a reverse angle and watch Mangala. He ducks. If he just stood up, it would have hit him flush in the face. It would have hit him flush in the face.
Yeah,
he
well, some
ducks out
players
of the
are-
way.
some players
So
are-
those players behind, and that's what he's criticising. The players behind Lodi. Lodi shouldn't have dived in, and he did that against Arsenal. And he made himself look. I was shocked by that performance against Arsenal, where he was diving all over the place and slipping and sliding. And he did it again today. Every goal is preventable. And that's another goal that is preventable.
No, that's fair. Not every goal is preventable. Have you
Every
seen
goal
some of the goals that have been scored against us?
every goal is preventable. Every
No,
goal
no, no.
is preventable. At some
No, no,
point,
no.
it's
You get-
preventable. Yes, it is.
If you get a guy like the ex-Man U plays for Villa who shoots from 30 yards and buries it, that's not preventable.
But of course, it's still preventable.
Close
Don't
it
let him
down.
shoot from 30 yards.
Close
It's
it
all
down.
preventable. At some stage, you could have prevented that shot coming in or
Talking
that chance
rubbish.
coming in.
Move on.
All right. Let's just stop. This is getting silly now.
Just because you don't
right?
agree doesn't mean that you're right.
Yeah, exactly. All goals.
That's true.
All goals do consist from some form of mistake. Don't have to be a huge one. There was plenty of mistakes
Yeah,
in that
those-
goal.
yeah,
I'll
there was.
tell you how I read it. Lodi's header to clear the ball was atrocious. He then panics and slides in, buys the dive. Then Mangala Scarpa, and I can't remember who the other player was. I'm sure the guys in chat will say it. None of them, I didn't say all 3 of them, none of them stepped forward to close him down. None of them were marking anyone else. Yeah,
They were
they could have.
expecting Lodi to get the ball. They were expecting Lodi to get the ball.
Then react when he doesn't.
then react.
Anticipate him not to get it.
Rejected him.
If he's been sold, you don't all
rejected him.
get sold. He got sold and ended up on his arse. You don't all, you know.
Okay, let's move on from that goal.
Yeah.
Look,
Just
and
admit
then
you're wrong
the
and we'll
second
move on.
goal, in a way, what Ant said was right, was complete and utter schoolboy. No, I'm not going to disrespect schoolboys. I got my under 12s playing tomorrow, and even they wouldn't do
Yeah,
that.
no, Jim,
Well, watch
yeah.
them do it now. I've said it. Can someone explain to me why Aurier if you look at where he starts and where he finishes for that goal, he's gone from the right back position to the left back position. Worrell's obviously holding on to Aurier's shorts and followed him across. Yeah, and then what's the guy's name? Solomon finds himself with the freedom of the box to pick his spot. What what is going on with that defending? Why is Aurier so crap when Worrell is on the pitch? It's like a virus Worrell sends out to Aurier. It's not working with those two on.
Again, Aurier went from what for me was his best defensive performance in the second half last season to one of his worst again today. I agree. I think Worrell drags him down because Worrell needs somebody holding his hand. It seems honestly, you can't have anybody more than 10 yards away from him because you can't play a pass. The amount of times he gave the ball away trying to play anything longer than a 5-yard pass was horrendous again today. I heard somebody say the other day that Worrell's one of our best ball-playing centre-backs. Fuck me, no he ain't. He was shocking.
Maybe without the ball, on a
It
beach
was shocking. The
somewhere.
amount of times he gave a ball away today. And like I say, unless you're 5 yards away from him, he doesn't want to play a pass. So Aurier sticks closer to him, but in doing so, his position's all over the place, and he was today. That diving across to try and I don't know what he's trying to do. Is he trying to cover up for his mistake for giving away the free kick that led to the first? I don't know, but Aurier was really scatty again today. He's becoming another streaky player for me as well. He had a run of fantastic performances, then a couple of really dodgy ones where we got away with, and then today again, at both goals at some point were Aurier's got some blame in him. I think he gave away the free kick, didn't he?
Yeah, for the first.
Yeah, and then obviously his diving across the box for the second one, leaving Worrell exposed as usual. But Worrell's can't react to anything at the moment. Made it look really easy for him when he scored that second goal. I kind of saw it coming because we were trying to obviously push for the equaliser, but that doesn't explain the defending, and that doesn't excuse that shocking.
Yeah, just quickly on what Jimmy's saying here. Cheer up, chaps. Anyone think relegation was confirmed today? The way everyone's carrying on, we're staying up, motherfuckers. It's not. Look, we know, yeah, but we've just had the game. We're obviously pissed off because we've lost, and we're just reacting to it, and we're analysing the game. Yeah, I don't think one of us on here has said we're going down. Yeah,
No.
I just, take it for what it is. Understand that this is just three blokes talking to you guys, getting your opinion and our opinion on a game. That's it, with passion. No more than that. If anyone wants to look deeper than that, I don't have any degrees behind me here that say, tactical masterclass. Although I have a FIFA one over there. But outside of that, there's nothing. It's just fan opinion. That's all it is. So, yeah. And did you have your hand up to say something?
No. I was agreeing with you, mate. We're just fans, aren't we?
Yeah.
And, fans get pissed off after a loss and they get ecstatic after a win.
Absolutely.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're honest, they do. Otherwise, if they make excuses and just say, we are Premier League and that's the end of it. But no, reality is, we decide to do these streams on match days where we can. So win, lose or draw, you'll get an honest reaction out of us. We had a party stream last week. We won 1-0. We had a party stream. We've lost 2-0 this week. We're a little bit grumpy. That's how it's going to be. But we're not going to hide our emotions. And
we've all got our flip flops on or slippers.
Oh, yes, I actually have.
We're ready to flip flop away. It is
Sliders.
That sounds posh. So yeah, I mean, Dino. Me and Dino have had a long chat today. We played much more positively last year with the worst team on paper. Do you guys agree with what Dino's saying? Dino's angry, by the way. I can tell you Dino's angry.
We were playing in a shit league full of shit players last season. We are playing this year. We are playing in the best league, the most competitive league with the best players in the world.
Yeah.
There is a difference. John got 25 goals last season. He should get 25 goals this season. No, it don't work like that.
He's not saying that.
He is.
No, he's not.
He's saying we were better last season.
That's not what he said. He didn't say better. He said we played more positively. Positively.
Well, my apologies, Dino. My apologies.
But on that point, I
you
agree
are right,
with him.
Dino, you're absolutely right. Although we did have a lot of counter-attacking football last season. Point that out.
Yeah, we did. I agree with that, but it was swifter, wasn't it? And then
yes,
your
Dino.
argument-
Fulham have got some. Yes, Dino. Fulham have got some of the best players in the world. Yes, they have.
who?
Paulinho and others.
Does he
in the world.
anyone else?
And others. No, they're among the best in the world because we have got them from the biggest teams in the world. Bournemouth bought. I was looking today. Bournemouth have bought players from all over the bloody place. Top teams. Bournemouth. You know?
So have we. So have we. So have we.
Yeah, no, we have.
Okay,
Yeah, so?
we've got a Champions League winning goalkeeper. We've bought a Golden Ball winner from Brazil for free. We've got the protege from there as well. You got John Joe Shelby. You know, I'm sure he's won something or other. We've got a Premier League winner in our squad as well.
Yeah.
That's why we're so good.
Yeah. So why are we playing so negative? I guess this is the question.
I hate this bullshit about playing negative. It just pisses me off.
Go on.
Right. Sometimes you have to take into account the opposition. You do know that, don't you? You have to take into account the opposition, how good they are. They're at home. They're coming for. Not today. I'm not talking about today because Fulham were nothing special. But in general, teams away from home who've also got world-class players pressuring you, coming under. And you're expecting us to play fucking Barcelona football and spraying the ball
Barcelona
about,
football?
scoring goals.
Who's saying but can you tell me we've played all 20 teams, yeah? Are they all world-class teams?
No, definitely not.
I wouldn't say the world-class teams, but I would suggest if you take away the likes of Southampton and Bournemouth, I would say the rest of them would probably fare very well in other leagues. And I mean that.
So are you saying apart from when we
you take a shitty little club like Brighton and put them in the Italian league, they'd probably be in the Champions League spots.
So, okay, from what you've said there, Ant, are you saying, apart from when we play Brighton and Southampton, we should play negative football? Is that what you're alluding to? I'm not putting your words in your mouth.
No. What I'm saying is you don't necessarily go out to play negative football, but sometimes the opposition is very good. And that means you have to retreat. You have no choice. Otherwise, you get hammered like was being done to us at the beginning of the season. That's what I'm saying. You can't always go out and play beautiful, expansive football. Oh, I love beautiful, expansive football. You know that. But sometimes,
I know you do.
unfortunately...
So do I. I agree sometimes. Sometimes is the key word.
But I recognise sometimes we can't always do that.
But sometimes is the key word. I would go as far as to say we've nearly never played positive football this season.
Yeah,
We've played all 20 teams. We've played all 20 teams, a couple of them twice. Yeah. Where's the positive football? Surely somewhere in those 22 matches.
I do agree. Look, I'm frustrated as well. I'm just trying to G us up a little bit. But yeah, I do. I get frustrated with the way we play. You know, when we're playing at home and we're sitting back on the 25-yard line. Yeah, of course I get pissed off with it, you know, but I'm just trying to be a bit positive, you know.
I know. I'm just venting tonight. You know what it is for me is if we'd won today, yeah, you suddenly start to think if we win our game in hand over Fulham, we're 2 points behind them. Where could we end up? Yeah, this for me was a pivotal match, not because it was must win, not because we had to win. As said, there was no real pressure going into this game, but the question would have been: it's a sliding doors moment for me. Had we won today, where could we end up? You know. Now you think
what makes it worse, like I said earlier, is that Fulham weren't that great. You know, that's what makes it worse, isn't it? If we'd have gone there and they were brilliant, you'd just say okay, but they weren't. You know, that's
exactly. Let's bring a couple of comments from the chat. James saying, is Cooper relying too much on MGW and building the team around him when he's not ready to be the main man? I think he is, but I don't think he's fully fit, is my opinion on that one, James. I think he's right to build it around MGW because I think he's sensational, but I think he's overusing MGW, and I'm not. I'll say this, right? The fact that every player that's been out injured has been out injured for 3 years, and MGW's the only one who seems to come back the next morning, is a bit worrying. I don't know. I don't know the extent of the injury. Just my thoughts. Cat Crazy Lane saying, "We love you, Ant." I think you're in a minority there, Cat Crazy Lady. Matt SB, the legend, saying, evening, boys, disappointing result today. Forest will bounce back, I'm sure. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Matt. And guys, make sure you subscribed to Matt SB, the
definitely.
legend, who recently hit 25k. So congratulations on that, Matt. Onward and upwards for you. Well done. Sarah is saying, and because of this, Leicester are now above us. It doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day,
don't worry about
finishing
Leicester.
11th to 17th, it doesn't make a difference apart from you get, a few extra quid for your positional finish. It doesn't matter so much that Leicester are above us. I'm more pissed off about the performance. Simon's saying apparently that Pedro Porro was fucking shy. Yeah, expressions called him Pedro Por, didn't he? Porro.
He is Poro, yeah.
Dino's saying I'm being a realist.
Shout out to Expressions, who's the only other person on the planet that realises what a fraud dinosaur Conte is. Anyway, carry on.
Said like a true Arsenal fan there. Dean says, I am being a realist now. We were lucky against Leeds too. It might be tighter at the bottom than I initially thought. I think, look, let's just do this just for a quick bit of laughs, right? This was the prediction. And let's see what chat said. Let's see who was right and who was wrong. I went for a loss. I was correct. Simon went for the dub. Lemmy went for the draw. No. Dino and Ant went for the loss as well. Ez went for a draw. And then you guys in the chat went for a draw. So overall, me, Dino, and Ant are the ones who know what we're talking about. Dino, Ant, I salute you both.
That doesn't correlate. No, that really doesn't correlate. Like, you lot know what we're talking about.
I
But to be fair,
I beg to differ. I think Wolverine and I agree on this.
okay.
So do I. So,
I'm defending the
You
chat.
said a draw. We didn't get a draw.
I'm defending the chat, mate. Yeah, we were more positive. Oh no!
All right, just before we move on to the next question, please don't forget to hit the like button. There's only 45 likes, 160 odd of you in here. Please hit the like button.
That's poor. Never
I think it's poor as
mind.
the passion today. Go on,
Never mind
Ant.
the like. No, bloody hit the fucking like.
Listen to Ant, or he'll unleash another rant.
Or dislike. We don't mind either one.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at a couple of these questions. Where did we get to? Willie says, if we stay up, who don't you think will sign? If we stay up, who don't you think will sign? Does that make sense to anyone?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense, but does he mean from the players we've got already, or who we've got on loan?
That's why I assumed he meant like who won't we keep if we stay up?
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think that's
all right,
what
we'll go
Do
with
it,
that.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Let's
Yeah, go
answer
on.
it as that then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And chat,
Go on,
you play along as well. Go on, Ez, you start us off.
You wouldn't think at certain players. Yeah, I don't think Toffolo will be around for another season. I don't think O'Brien's going to be around for another season. I think you can probably count Cole back out of that. Cook, maybe McKenna, maybe Worrell. The ones that who haven't quite caught it at Premier League level, and I think it's.
But is that won't sign or we will get rid of?
We will. I'm going to go with we will get rid of.
Oh, let's do that. That's more fun.
Yeah, we will get rid of when we stay in the Premier League. That won't be in for our second season at Premier League. So I think I've got about half a dozen there. I can't even remember them now, but yeah, probably Kenner and Worrell, and Toffolo, O'Brien, Colback. That's 5. You guys can add to it if you can think of any more right now. Go on,
Words.
No.
yeah, Wood. I don't think we'll be exercising that. Well, we'll have to have any obligation to buy him. I don't think he's going to meet any of his criteria at this rate.
No, because I heard it was scoring 1 goal, so that.
Maybe Dennis. Yeah, Sarah, a good shout. Dennis. I know Wolverine said in his player ratings and game actually 7. I think. I don't know. I'm sorry. Another one who flatters to deceive.
Really?
I don't know why you're defending him, mate. I really don't get why you're defending him. He appalls me sometimes, actually, because I expect so much more from him. I was so excited when we were linked with him in the summer. I saw him as our left-sided Brennan Johnson, but I'm sorry, he's got no end product. He flatters to deceive. I'm sorry. He always looks
Did you see today that had end product?
He was shocking.
He has got end product though.
No, he hasn't.
Did you
Yeah,
see him
it's
at
shit.
Watford
Yeah,
last
giving it
season?
to the opposition, that's the end product. 9 times out of 10. Gibbs-white as well. I
see him?
remember you said last time he gives a ball away more than anyone, and today he gave a ball away more than even Dennis today. So, but Dennis, I'm sorry, he's flat as to deceive, mate. You defend him as much as you like, but I think he's shit. I'm sorry.
You going as far as shit?
I'm going as far as shit. Yeah. I'm appalled by him actually because he's been given last couple of games. He's been brought on to do a job.
Okay, how many times do you think Dennis gave the ball away? And chat, you answer this as well. How many times do you think Dennis gave the ball away as?
Pretty much every time he had it.
So how many times? Give me a number.
20 times.
20 times. And?
They probably gave it away 5 times.
5 times. Yeah. Try 2.
Yeah,
Lost possession
whatever.
twice. How many times did Morgan Gibbs-White give the ball away today?
I know he gave it away a lot today, unfortunately.
5 times. Loss of possession 5 times. So this whole Dennis scapegoating, I'm sorry, it's unfounded. Yes, he should pass the ball more. Yes, he should raise his head more. But you can say the same about Johnson. You can say and Johnson's had runs in the team while he's been doing that and not scoring. Dennis has not been given a run in the team. Give him 4 games in the team. And then if he keeps doing it, then fine. I'll say get rid.
He's
But
so lightweight, man. He's so lightweight. Honestly, he gets pushed off the ball far too easy. When he's got it, he looks panicky and he doesn't know really what he wants to do. Gets to the byline, then decides to cut back when he should be getting it in first time. It doesn't impress me. I know you guys are seeing something that I'm not, but I'm not impressed. I don't know what the chat think, but thumbs down for me for Dennis. I wouldn't. If a question is who will we bring back next season, Dennis would not be on that list for me. So that's what I'm answering. But today, I don't think he didn't impress me at all today.
And what do you say to this Dennis thing?
Well, I like Dennis. I think he's a player I've said before with lots of pace, power, good finish on him when given a run in the team. And he's a good player. He can beat players. He's exciting. He's fast. He's not been given a proper chance. In my opinion, he's not been given a proper chance. And, I would keep him. But, I understand if people don't want to because so far he's not produced the goods yet. But I still have faith in him.
So if you could get your money back for him in the summer, and would you keep him for another season?
Let's see how the rest of the season goes before I answer that.
We're staying up. Don't fence it.
No, I don't mean we're staying up. I mean, let's see how he performs for the rest of the season if he's given the chance, is what I meant.
I agree with what Ant's saying, but I think he's been treated like an absolute scapegoat. The minute he comes on, everyone's looking to criticize his performance. Even if he scored a goal today, people would still be saying, "Oh, but he gave the ball away." Well, he only gave it away twice. In fact, I'm gonna bring this up, right? So let's just bring this up. We're gonna be a bit zoomy in here. Apologies, guys. Just bear with me. Let me show you some of these stats just to prove the point. Hold on. Let's just make this a bit bigger. How do I do this? Okay. Here's the loss of possession. Just to confirm, Dennis gave it away twice. Morgan Gibbs-White, 5 times. Wood, 3 times. I'm surprised he touched the ball that much to give it away. While we're here, I want to show you some other stuff. We'll do a full video on this. I know you guys love these heat maps. This is Joe Worrell's heat map. And this is starting to really piss me off, right? If I bring up the heat map, and I bring Worrell on. Look where he plays, man. Look where he plays. He plays as if he's a right back. I don't understand why he's over covering that position so much. It's absolutely ridiculous, right? If you look at the same heat map, because Lodi gets forward. Let me show you where Lodi and Aurier played. So Lodi was playing a bit deeper and towards the halfway line. If I just get Worrell off here and we bring on Aurier, roughly similar position. This is the difference in understanding how to play your position. Look at Felipe, where he is, in the right area of the pitch. Worrell, let's bring it back up, over there. The disconnect between the two players is ridiculous because Worrell is playing way out of position, thinking he's covering Aurier, and he's completely in the wrong spot for me. Let's go further. I'll show you the average positions of the players. Yeah, if we go to Forest here, You can see here, this shows it even clearer. Look where Felipe is and look where Worrell is. There's a huge gap between our centre-backs, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. This was in the second half. And this is what I was telling you about Chris Wood here, number 39, playing in behind Morgan Gibbs-White, again holding hands with him. Pressure being on the right-hand side. Most of our players are playing in our own half. Okay, you can say it's away from home, but it's the same story at home. If you look at Fulham, most of their players are progressing into our half. Look where they're targeting. They're targeting, all four of these players are playing down the right-hand side, targeting Worrell and Aurier's side. It's just getting frustrating. Anyway, I'll do a full video on that tomorrow so you guys can see it a bit better. But what do you guys think about those things that I just said there? Any surprises?
Go on, Ant.
I'm just thinking you're ruining your video for tomorrow.
Well, there's a lot more I need to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
like to see,
N2 here is saying that's because Aurier is always out of position. So's Lodi, but it doesn't mean the centre-back should commit to it. It should be one of the two in the middle who cover it, in my opinion. It's just look at that. Yeah, Worrell's one leg shorter than the other, says Dino. Worrell due to Aurier wandering. Yeah, but he loses his discipline. He loses his discipline completely. Wolverine's been playing Football Manager. I haven't played Football Manager since it was Championship Manager back in the day. Sorry, Ant, I cut you off.
Couple of quick points. Yeah, couple of quick. I'd like to say up to Charlie, Chelsea Charlie. He's in the house tonight.
Hey, Charlie, how are you, buddy?
Can people not use our chat for arranging their dogging sessions, please?
Well, I think you're being accused of it again, mate, from British Preparation Centre. He seems to be following you, mate.
I have no clue what you're talking about. Good to see you, Charlie. That's two of us and no idea how to win on the road. Yeah. I'm looking forward to going to Stamford Bridge. That might be our only chance. But anyway, yeah, so I don't know. Look, I'm frustrated, but the bottom line is, look, can I just say a point on that? I swear I've seen Ant dogging in Blidworth Woods, right? How would you have seen Ant dogging unless you were there dogging yourself? Am I off the mark here? But anyway.
No, we shouldn't really be giving airtime to trolls, if I'm honest.
Anyway, okay. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, so look, as frustrated as I am, the situation hasn't changed much. We're still 6 points clear of the relegation zone. You know, but the teams below us seem to be up in their game, and that's my worry. Bournemouth getting a draw with Newcastle. West Ham getting a draw with Chelsea.
Base 5 is in. Everybody gets a draw with Newcastle.
Yeah, well, I think I'll be looking at Newcastle more than Bournemouth on that one. It's not. I'm not worried. I think we're still in a great position, and I think we still got enough winnable games in our last 16 now that we're more than safe. So I'm not worried about us being dragged into anything. I think there's the two teams that I'm going to write off right now, and it can come back to sting me on the arse. I don't give a shit. But Bournemouth and Southampton, I'm writing off. So it's one other, and I think we've got more than.
Who's the one other? Who's the one other?
Exactly. Well, for me, I still think Everton or Leicester, one of them two.
Leicester just tonked Spurs.
Don't care. Anyone
Big
can
deal.
Yeah.
Big deal. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go.
Yeah, exactly. Spurs, a typical Spursy performance from beating Man City last week to doing that. Yeah, I'm not worried about Leicester. I think they will get dragged into it. Leicester and Everton, the other spot. But I'm writing off Southampton and Bournemouth now. So
Jones is gone. Surely he can't survive at all. Just before we crack on, Ian's just asking, how do I become a member? I'll put a link in the chat for you, Ian. You can either be a member for 99p or I think gold is $3.99. There's the link for the membership if you hit that, and appreciate. Look, we got loads of members today in the stream, loads of new subs as well, so thank you all. And please do hit the like button before I unleash Ant on you again, because if I tell him it's at 64, he's probably going to lose his crap right now. So guys, please do hit that like button.
Yeah, don't be lazy, guys.
Okay, let's do a couple more questions from the guys. I feel like I vented off a little, so apologies. Let's have a look. We've got Tommy saying 2 centre-backs both got injured at the very start. Was it just a freak coincidence, or is there an issue with warm-up/fitness methods used? Oh, we got to start with Ant on this one. Good question, Tommy. And I need some popcorn for this.
Yeah, no. There is. I think there must be an issue with the warm up, but professional footballers should be able to warm up. They shouldn't have to have a nanny standing there saying, "Stretch your leg." Oh, I stretch that one as well. You know, oh, hang on, I've got another 10 players. I've got to go and tell them to stretch their legs. If a professional footballer can't warm up properly, he shouldn't be a professional footballer.
So wait, but they both did it.
Yeah, no. Well, neither of them warmed up properly, did they?
Is that
Both
is that fair
hamstrings
to
as
say?
well.
Do you agree with
Both
that?
hamstrings.
There's got to be an element of that, and who's to blame for that? I don't
player.
know. Both hamstrings, you know, and in one movement, in one period of play, it's bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre.
Even
And
for us.
yeah, even for us. So yeah, there's got to be some blame in whoever's. But players have got to take responsibility, like Ant says.
Yeah.
They have to take
Yeah.
responsibility.
If you
but-
can't rely on an established Premier League footballer to warm up properly, you've got real problems. I mean, it's not a kindergarten, is it? No, it's.
Yeah, but it is, as David's saying here, like the amount of hammies we're pulling. Mate, I've seen less pulling. Oh, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say with that sentence, but it's like it's ridiculous, isn't it? And Bolly, as James says, is a massive loss. The hamstring injuries, you can make a whole first team out of the players we have injured. You've got Biancone. Start from the back. Henderson, Biancone, Bolly, McKenna.
Hang on. Don't do this crap again. Don't do this
Why?
crap again. Fucking Biancone gets an ACL and all that's all down to the terrible medical staff.
Did I say that? Or was I just naming our injuries?
I know where you're heading.
No, you
We've already
don't. 'Cause
done
I don't even know where I'm going with this.
We've already
But
done
I'm just saying, my point here, you can name a full team. If I carry on, Omar Richards left back, across the middle, Yates, Coyote. There's another one injured. There's one more in the midfield. Who's the other one?
in the World Cup. Yeah.
I can't remember. There's another one. Then you've got Awoni, Lingard.
Groin strain.
Huh?
Well, and he's got a groin strain. It happens with
I'm not
professional
talking.
football.
I'm just
doesn't it?
mentioning.
We're not
the
gonna-
and you with us right now. I'm saying there's a full team you can field of injured players. Yeah, it's ridiculous the amount of injuries we've got. Only Chelsea have more players injured, I think, than Forest in the Premier League.
you're
It's
right.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So it's where do we go with it? I don't know.
How many?
Okay.
Aside from today, which we saw, how many hamstring injuries have we got?
Niakate. Who's the other ones? Chat will help me in a second.
I'll wait.
Um,
Hold on. What's
I'll wait.
Coyote's? He's a
Coyotes was
hammy.
down as a hamstring as
Not a
well. wasn't it?
hamstring.
It
No,
is.
it's not a hamstring. No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's down as a hamstring. That's what he was told. He had a hamstring injury.
It's not a hamstring.
What is it then?
It's either a knee or an ankle. It's not a hamstring.
Well,
Anyway, don't
Dino
matter.
will mention it
Don't
in a
matter.
second.
Yeah.
It don't matter. If that's two, then that's
Okay.
two. Yeah.
Henderson is not. He's a thigh, isn't he?
Yeah. More of a,
It's a
yeah.
thigh strain.
Yeah. Henderson is a. Well, apparently he's a hammy as well.
It's
No,
not.
his was definitely more of a
I
thigh
don't know.
strain.
I'm just Dino's saying it. Dino's saying it. But I'm saying we've got a full team out injured. That's my point here.
Yeah.
And they're asking in the chat now, would you risk Niakate already for Man City over Worrell? Ez.
I wouldn't. No. Not in that game. Not until we know how long Bolly is out for. I'm not worried about how long McKenna's out for, but I'm worried about how long Bolly's out for. So until we know that, I wouldn't be throwing Niakate in. Cooper was saying that he's not ready for full contact training yet. Although
Doesn't look like Worrell is either, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Just very quickly, Ian, thank you so much for the really do appreciate it. But I'm just, look, a lot of people were saying, partnerships and stuff, and I agree. Simon's saying, imagine Bolly and Felipe as a partnership. That would work. I mean, N2 is saying he'd risk his own wife over Worrell. In terms of that,
wow.
I worry about Worrell getting. I watched him getting turned inside out away at Man City. I haven't seen that much of an improvement in him. Who are you two starting next week? Assuming Bolly's out and McKenna's out, who are the two centre backs for you two?
Well, you've not asked me if I'd risk Niakate against City.
Okay, go on. I'll ask you. Would you risk Niakate?
Well, that depends. That depends. If he is deemed fit, see, there's always this thing about, you can't risk him. They've got to come back at some point. So whether it's Man City or whether it's the following game or the game after that, they have to come onto the pitch at some point. So if he's deemed fit, then he plays. That's how injuries work. You can't just say, can't risk him.
But I just don't think he will be deemed fit just
I
yet.
agree with you, Ez. From what we've been told, I agree he won't be ready. But if he was deemed to be ready, then I would say yes. In that case, play him.
Assume he's not. Assume he's not. Are you happy to go with Worrell and Felipe, I guess, for the next match? Are we down to
happy,
2 now?
No, you don't really have a choice. You don't really have a choice now, do we?
That's right.
I mean, we see Niakate named on the bench against Man. I can't think of another centre-back we got left. If those two are out.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know.
We haven't, have we?
Yeah, Yates is not fit enough to get in there.
But Housewife's favourite cook's not in the squad, so we can't go to him, thank God. But so you are stuck with what you've got, and that's gonna have to be the case. But eventually it will be. As Costa said there. Eventually. Sorry, go on. I was going to say, eventually it will be Niakate and Felipe. Hopefully, if we've got every single defender fit, then it's them two for me. But Bolly's got a shout as well. Go on.
Have we got a player? I mean, I don't know if Aurier could do it, but you could put Aurier at centre back.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I wouldn't even hesitate to put Aurier ahead of Worrell at centre-back. He can do it, and then just chuck Williams at right-back. Even though Williams hasn't been great for me this season, I'd rather that if it kept Worrell off. And they're all saying it, Bade. I mean, now it's showing. Where is he? Someone asked in the chat. He's in the starting lineup for Sevilla most weeks out of than not.
It's only a Farmers League, though, isn't it? Come on.
Anyway, I just want a quick shout out to Phil.
I could play in the Spanish league.
Phil, thank you so much for becoming a member. Really appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much for the support. Guys who may be watching this on the podcast later on, the clapping is because someone has become a member, just to clarify. Okay.
I think easy to watch it on a podcast.
It's not when we're screaming and shouting like this. Okay, so I think a couple of the guys want us to talk about the attacking options here. There's still, I saw it today on Twitter. There's still all this talk about Super Sammy Surridge coming in for Wood. I mean, are we all in agreement Wood is just a plank of wood right now? Or do we think there's still hope for him? Ez, what are your thoughts on Wood?
Yeah, I'm not tempted to start him against Man City. To be fair, I've not seen enough of him. We can defend him on the case that he hasn't had any real quality into the box for him to attack, but his general play outside the box, it just isn't what I expect from him, and it's not good enough. And on the flip side of what Ant said earlier about when Shelby came on and he looked like a Premier League player, Chris Wood hasn't looked like a Premier League player since he's been in, and it's 3 games now he's had, hasn't he? And I'm not impressed. He's played a lot of games for Newcastle this season. Yeah, he's only had a few minutes here and there, but he has played the majority of their games. But he looks like he hasn't played all season. He looks so unmatch fit, and doesn't really work in what Cooper's trying to do. I think he's trying to have him flick on the ball for runners beyond him, but it's not happening. He's not winning balls in the EA. He's not holding up the ball when it does come to him. One time I saw him chest a ball off to somebody, to Gibbs-white, I think it was. Other than that, no link-up play from him. Obviously, he's got no pace, so you can't put the ball in behind. If you're not creating chances for him to get into the box, I don't really see what he offers us. And
Who would you replace him with, Ez? Who would you replace him with? And chat, I've put a poll up. I've put the 4 most strikery people we have. But who would you replace him with?
You know what? I'd rather play a false 9 than play him and play somebody else in there at the moment. Yeah. Yeah. Until a 1 year's back, I don't think... Even when Ayew came on today, I barely noticed him. I expected a bit more from him in terms of movement, at least.
Do you know where he played? In midfield.
You tell me. Yeah, it was very deep. He was very deep, but
he was playing in midfield. I didn't get that either.
I didn't see him on the ball. He was coming deep to try and get the ball, but he wasn't having any influence on the game. The player that came on that did influence the game was Shelby, and he was bypassing these players and getting balls in beyond, which was severely lacking. But yeah, I'd rather play a false 9, mate, than play any of our striking options at the moment.
I don't know. I mean, Dino's saying best of a bad bunch. N2 saying, can I go no one on the vote? Yeah, just don't vote, man. That'll. Ayew was slower than Wood. I mean, Ayew, do you know how many touches he had that whole match? I forgot he got subbed on the 62nd minute. He had 3 touches that whole match.
Not many.
And they were all in and around the centre circle box. And he was playing that deep as well against Leeds. Now, he had 2 minutes on Leeds. I get that. I mean, a lot of people are saying the false 9. And what are you saying?
Against City?
Forget City, just in general going forward. While Awoni's out, I think we agree Awoni has to be the striker, although he gets played on the left wing. But who would you pick? Your options are Wood, Surridge, Ayew, and Dennis. Or a false 9. I'll give you a 5th option as well.
I tend to go with Ez on this. I tend to go with a false 9.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, we're back at this false 9 crap again.
Yeah, I know, but you've got to be realistic and look at the options, haven't you? And they're not very good.
No. And also look at the results we got playing that way. As much as we hate it, it has got us results in key
if you
games.
play with that striker and that striker's not good enough, then
it's not an influence on the game.
You're playing with 10 men, aren't you?
So would either of you agree? The chat have said Surridge 58%. Sorry, Wood, by the way, has had 0% of the vote. Are you 21 and Dennis 21?
He's done well.
It's not negative. I'm going to ask the chat about the false 9. But if you had to pick a striker, you can't say false 9. Who are you picking out of that? Surridge, Wood, Ayew, or Dennis, boys? Let me put the poll out. Come on.
I said none of them. I said I wouldn't pick any of them. Not sitting on the fence. None of them excite me in a number 9 position. I'm sorry. I'm not going to pick any of them. And if you're going to force me to, really going to force me to, I'll have to go with Surridge out of those 4. I wouldn't put Dennis in there. And I don't. And the other 2, no. I'm sorry.
And if you had to pick one of those 4?
I will probably go with Surridge as well.
Wow.
I mean, because I wouldn't want to waste Dennis down there and get him even more criticism.
Yeah.
I'd put Dennis.
Yeah, no. Seriously, Wolverine, I would put Dennis, but I know if he played it, he'd get such shit off the fans.
But he gets shit anyway. At least he'll get.
He's got to play Dennis in the middle because I can't be playing Dennis in the middle because I'll be playing Dennis on the left.
I agree with you, but I'd rather play Dennis up front than not play him, or play Wood, should I say. So it's crazy. This false 9 that everyone hated, including us 3, 60% of the votes, 61 now, have said they'd go back to a false 9.
Yeah, we know what our flip-floppers are like. You know what they're like. We know what they're like.
It's flip-flop TV.
FFTV, baby. FFTV. Okay, let's move this forward then. I just want to touch on a couple of these questions from the chat.
Can I just stop you for a second? I don't know what
may.
Adam's got being his bonnet about with making some of the comments. Adam, just show a bit more respect, mate. I don't know. Literally, Ant's saying the same thing as me, and yet you're calling me out and not calling him out.
I
don't know
agree
what
with
your
Adam.
problem is.
I agree with Adam.
I don't know what your problem is all of a sudden, mate. But yeah, wind your neck in for a second, mate, young man.
Yeah, and respect your fellow Muslim brother, Adam. Man.
Yeah.
Astaghfirullah. Okay. Before we get into the question, you know what? That's a shout as well. I've been impressed with those. So he's too young. He's too young, but he can't be any worse. I do agree with that.
Osong.
But yeah, it's Adam likes Forest Ant. You're in a minority. You're in a minority.
Yeah, real minority.
Sharky said,
Adam,
"Hi there,
Adam, I'll have
You and Cat
I happen
Lady,
to know
literally,
this.
you and Cat Lady, mate.
Yeah, I happen to know this, but both Adam and Cat Lady are the two most intelligent people in the chat. I happen to know this.
He's 15."
Yeah, well.
All right. Sharky saying, hello there, Ez, Ann and Wolfie. I hope you are keeping well. And I'm a flip-flop back to false 9 until we get a striker in the summer. Sharky, the slippers are coming out. The slippers are coming out.
1 year back.
Okay, I want to move to something positive because I am feeling a little depressed after all this. From bro, he says he thinks Felipe was solid today. Warren Aurier was shocking. Opinions on Felipe's performance. Who wants to start with him out of you two? I thought he was immense, huge, brilliant.
Well, let me start because then I'll go for Waz.
Okay, and then I'm going to grab a drink while you're babbling on. So go on. Ez will be talking for a little bit.
Yeah, me and Adam, innit? Just me and Adam in the chat.
Yeah, I was pleasantly not surprised because obviously we know he's a quality player, but him being like out for only playing 4 games all season, there was that fear that he wouldn't be what we wanted. But I thought he was really, really good. He looked authoritative. He looked like he knew what he was doing. He encouraged other players. He got stuck in. He played well. He looks a proper player. So I'm really pleased we got him. I'm very pleasantly surprised at that.
You know what? I was more worried about him pulling the hamstring when he came on, because of his lack of games, and obviously they didn't have any warm up at all. So we've gone into that game pretty much both him and Worrell a little bit cold. But Felipe, for me, really showed that he is another level as well. It was a bit of a shame. I think he had a chance from a corner in the second half as well. Would have been great if he'd managed to get his head over that one. But I really like him. I think he'll slot in fantastically. Can't wait to get Niakate back and pair them two up together. But really impressed with his debut today because he got brought on in a really tricky time for us, losing both your centre-halves in one go and then having to come in with little or no warm-up, really, apart from obviously what you do pre-game. He did fantastic and I was really impressed with him. And authoritative as well in the sense where he was calling the players out. Certainly after that first goal, I wouldn't put too much blame on him for either goal, to be fair. And I think that going forward, he's going to be really somebody that we look at and think, yes, he's going to make a difference. But today, I was impressed with his debut. Really, really was. Come on, mate, save me.
Well done, mate. Well done. Good monologue there. I've got to say, right, and I don't know if it's gonna sound weird, yeah, but. He was like, how can I say this without sounding weird, right? I had a bit of a man crush on him. He's a proper man's man, yeah? He's strong, he's built well, he's a solid defender, and he plays like you want to see a defender playing. Just rough, aggressive, just heading the ball away. The way he screamed at the players after that second goal showed me someone who actually cares. Yeah, someone who understands, someone who's coming from a Champions League background, a background where he's played and been managed under the likes of Simeone, who drills defenders properly. Yeah, that's the defender we need. Yes, he's old. Yes, he's a bit slow, but he was playing so high up the pitch because he has the experience and the understanding of how to play there. Yeah. And he should have started the game full stop. We all cried out for it. After the Leeds match, yes, people were saying, oh, you don't change a winning team, blah, blah, blah. But I'm sorry, the authoritativeness he put on there. And the positive for me today was him and Shelvey. The positive for me going forward is that Felipe and Niakate are going to be an absolute unit in that centre back.
Yeah.
And 4-2-3-1 will work with those two behind them.
Agreed.
There's definite positives. Positives, but we're running out of games, man. We're running out of games. But he was just a brick.
Yeah, but that's the flip side. But I'm not worried about. I don't think we are running out of games just yet. You know, I think we're still fine, mate. Honestly, 16 games to go, and we probably only need 12 more. 10 or 12 more points.
16.
Yeah, 12 more points. Let's put it that way. 36 points, I think, will keep us above the dotted line. And I said, I think there's only one team really to worry about getting that final relegation spot. So I'm not worried about it from that point of view. I think we've got enough time to build. But I agree, 100% agree with you. Once Niakate and Felipe are available, or once any of our central defenders are available, they're the two that you want to see paired together, because it will give us a lot better foundation to play that 4-2-3-1, which eventually has to be the way we play. But again, for that, until Awoniyi's back, forget the 4-2-3-1. Because I'm sorry, none of the striking options will work for that. But Felipe today, fantastic, and pair him with Niakate, and I think we've got a solid defence here.
Yeah. Simon's saying, can't believe you were disappointed about signing Shelvey. And I'll come in to your point. If you remember, I said, I don't know about it. I'm not convinced. I'm not sure. And I said I was going to wait and sit on the fence on him. That's what I said, so don't misquote me. Go on, Ant.
No, I was just going to say, Longhead Yeti put in a point in the comments about Felipe for captain. I think he is captain material. The only problem is... Actually, no, I was going to say language, but actually, I think he does speak some English, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a good shout, I think. He's certainly captain material, isn't he?
Mm. He captained them today, didn't he? Did you see the rollicking he was giving them at the back?
Oh, yeah, see what I mean? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got... Yeah. A leader. He's a leader, isn't he?
Yeah, and he just looks the part as well for me, and that's why I really like him. Okay, Simon Jones has put a question in, our FFTV Jonesy there, saying, has there been any game this season where we've got anything from it without a large piece of luck? He says, I can't think of any, to be honest. Can you guys think of one? I mean, football is about luck, isn't it, at the end of the day? One team will get lucky.
Huh? What is luck? What is luck? I've heard people say, like, excuse me, a striker will take a shot and hit the post. And, he's so unlucky. No, he's not unlucky. He didn't get it on target. So what is luck? If somebody hits the post against you, are you lucky because it didn't score? No, the player didn't score. End of. So I'm not a big thing about luck.
Ez?
Well, no, I think luck definitely does play a part. I think you get away with certain opportunities. If we don't think luck played a part, let's go back to the playoff final, shall we? Because that was lucky. Definitely.
Why was it? Why was it lucky?
Because they were. I'm sorry. Are you going to say that neither of it that it wasn't a penalty? The second one.
No, I'm going to say a bad decision. There's nothing to do with luck.
And that's not.
It was a bad decision by VAR. That's not luck. That's a bad decision.
No, that is luck when it goes your way. Because if you didn't go your way,
is it? It's a bad decision.
Let's not get involved in semantics, mate. But you can call it what you want. But it went in our favour, so it was lucky for us.
I don't believe in luck, Ed. So.
Okay, let's time out because you're going to spin in circles. Let's rephrase it as Simon has done here. Is there a game we've won convincingly? Put it that way. I think that's a better question.
There hasn't been, no. No, and it was what we said earlier. But
I'd say yes.
Go on then.
Blackburn.
Premier League, I think we're talking.
No,
Premier League,
we're talking. Obviously,
Premier League. Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
I don't know. But I don't mind that we're not winning convincingly. For me, it's all about...
Can I just say, David Ebb, if you're going to take the piss out of me, get it right. Right? Don't say pedantic and. It's pedantic and. Okay? you just fall down if you say that. Okay?
Leicester was convincing, says Laser. Would you say that's probably the first half wasn't, the second half was?
That's why I didn't put that one.
Yeah.
That was the only one that sprung to mind. But the first off, we got there's 2 chances we got away with in that game, both for Harvey Barnes that he didn't put away. So I would say we were a little bit lucky there, to be fair.
Adam's apologising to Ez. Sorry for insulting you. That was wrong. Just overreacted.
Yeah.
Ez holds no grudge.
I do, but yeah, I'll let you off.
No,
worries, bro.
look, we all know tensions are high and everyone's pissed, everyone's not pissed, and so on. We get it, yeah. But this is the point. This is a therapy stream. Just get it off your chest.
Yeah,
as
get
long
off
as
your
you
chest,
don't
guys.
disrespect anyone. Dino's saying, and
Have you
you are
seen the way we talk to each other?
exactly.
And we're still mates, aren't we? Still best mates.
And Dino's calling you out, saying
I
you're
know he
predictive and pedantic. That's what he means.
Dino, as usual, you are right.
Yeah, we'll bow to that.
Yeah, and yeah, don't worry, Adam. It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
Right, let's wrap it up there. I've had enough of today. It's been a long one. I want to thank you all for chilling in the stream. Thank you to the 72 of you that bothered to like it. So if you haven't already,
Oh, that's poor, guys. Come on,
please
man.
hit the like. We'll be back tomorrow with something. I don't know what yet, but we'll be back. Thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks,
I hope you've enjoyed a bit of therapy.
Love you all.
And Ez, any last words?
No, come on, you Reds. That's my last words. We'll be fine. Don't worry about today, man. It's just
Yeah. It's a little blip, and we're
still-
just going to smash Man. We're going to smash Man City now. No, not an issue.
We'll do a Spurs, yeah. We'll be Spursy. We'll go and smash Man City, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Come on, you Reds.
Come on, you Reds.